Hello. I'd like to talk a bit about the quantitation message and its role in batch at a glance. What I'll show you is the information that the quantitation message delivers. The quantitation message shows up in the first column on the left and is a red dot with an exclamation mark in the middle. And in this particular example, it's showing you messages about peaks that are not found. In this case, it's mainly the ISTD peaks, the deuterated peaks, that it has a problem, but also for methamphetamine. I'll show you in a moment that it points out that the qualifier peak is not found and does not match the quantitation criteria. Looking at sample 1, you'll see that the quantitation message over here is pointing out the messages that we just spoke about. Also, you'll notice for this row that the row involving the problem is highlighted red. In the case of methamphetamine for sample 1, you'll notice that the qualifier peak over here was not found. And that's why the quantitation message is warning you. It's also warning you for this sample that the methamphetamine ISTD, the deuterated compound, its qualifier is also not found. So that gives you quite a bit of information. Let me show you a mechanism to filter the quantitation messages. Keep track of the fact that in this case of methamphetamine here, it's warning me about a target signal. The methamphetamine qualifier is not found. Now let's say I have the situation where I have samples, but I don't expect to see responses for particular compounds. I don't want to be told every time there's a peak not found. So I'm going to go over to the method editor here and look into the global setup. Now the global setup are typically values that work on by default. I'm going to change the ignore peaks not found setting. Now what that is going to do is filter out for samples a peak that's not found message in the quantitation message. Now that we are back and having applied the method and also reanalyzed, I'll make note here that for the sample 1, methamphetamine, the quantitation message now just tells me that the deuterated ISTD integrator did not find any peaks. The message about the sample and the target not showing up has been filtered out. That could be useful, again, if you're not expecting to find compounds and you don't want to see that message. So in summary, I'd like to say I've made a distinction between the quantitation message function and the function of the outlier, and explain why certain rows would be colored red that are associated with the quantitation message telling you that peaks are not found. Thank you for your attention.